Hi, I'm Chef Sarah Tresser, Baking Application Specialist here at Blodgett, and we're going to go over some cooking tips for cooking in your DFG 100 or 200 oven. But before we begin, I have some general guidelines for you. 1, you should set your oven temperature 25 to 50 degrees less than you would if you were baking in a deck or a range oven. Also, you would want to preheat 25 to 50 degrees above your desired set temperature to compensate for heat loss and oven load when you open the doors. Also, for all of you new convection oven users, your cook times will vary based on your load. So I would generally start checking about halfway through your cook time. And one other tip, the fans must be running for the oven to be heating. So, for here we have some frozen French fries. We're going to roast some potatoes and some macaroni and cheese. A little tip for the French fries is, here we have a fry rack, and then I've evenly distributed without overcrowding and overpiling your French fries onto this rack. And I've even made a little less in the center to really help make sure that this is a nice even bake. Roasted potatoes, simply just cut up some Idaho potatoes here, and then I've tossed them with a little olive oil, salt and pepper. And we just have a frozen macaroni and cheese. I'm going to keep the lid on for a little while and then take the lid off to make sure the browning happens on the top. My tip for this is, because these aren't very delicate products, I would just go high fan the whole time, because that way you won't extend your bake time. So now we're going to load our product. If this was a 200 or bakery depth oven, I could actually load it left to right or front to back. But because this is a 100 or a standard depth oven, I need to load it left to right. So now that we've already loaded our oven and we have some product cooking, I'd like to just discuss with you some quick little baking tips. Right here I just have frozen sugar cookies and some muffins. One little tip with the sugar cookies is I would start them in a low fan, nice and gentle, so that way they can spread. And then once they've spread as much as you'd like, if you turn it over into high fan, you can finish the bake without extending your bake time or drying out your cookie. Similar with the muffin, I always think it's better to start with a low fan, so that way it comes out nice and starts to rise nice and gently and creates a very thin skin. And then once that skin is set, if you turn it to high fan, it will reduce your leaning and actually keep your bake time within reason. If you keep it on low fan the whole time, it could very well dry out your product. So, for roasting in your convection oven, I have a couple tips for you. 1, I would take a hotel pan and fill it about halfway full of water and put it on the bottom rack of your oven. This will help reduce shrinkage. One thing to remember though is never place anything directly onto the floor or the bottom of the oven. This will restrict airflow and create an undesirable bake. For our roast, here I have a roast placed on a roasting rack within a pan, and that's so I can catch the juices so we can create gravy afterwards. So now that our bake is done, I'd just like you to take a quick look on all the beautiful products that you can actually make in this oven. The sugar cookies, the muffins, roasted potatoes, French fries, roasts even. I would like just take a look and how even and nice everything is. Remember, we have 2-speed fans. Make use of them. For those gentle products, start out on low, finish in high, so that way you're not extending your bake time or drying out your product. For those rugged products like potatoes and starches and those sort of things, I would stick with your high fan, so that way they can finish more quickly. Thank you very much and have a great day.